Travis Duvall. He's come over here to help me make an application tape of how to use Yang Tai Chi. And so I'm going to go through each individual movement and try to show to the best of my ability what each move means in a fighting application. Okay? Now, first off, push hands is not fighting. Push hands is a way to get to where you can feel where another person's moving. Push hands is what you put on a person and then they don't feel. So from any place that the person moves from this point, your hand stays stuck to them without any weight going on them, but wherever they go to, you can just go ahead and control the direction. Move a little bit. So right from there, you just go ahead and go. See? But all the push hands was, go ahead and move. Well, all the push hands is just to remain touching the person till movement starts, okay? Or till you find the opening in their movement to go ahead and insert strength. I don't use the Chinese words. I don't use fajing and all that kind of stuff. Okay, you either can put the person down or you can't. You could say fajing all you want. Most of the people who I know who use the word fajing and stuff like that can't use Tai Chi. All right. All right. From the first move, this move right here is just hold up a punch. It's just coming up under the punch and pulling the person on down. All right. Okay. If at first in fighting, the punches are going like this. See, in America, in Chinese literature and things, they say the guy held up his finger and the other guy grabbed his finger and somehow he did something that made him fly away. Well, I'm afraid on the streets that I grew up in, they won't grab your finger. They just don't go for the finger. They go ahead and start punching at you and stuff. So you've got to be able to use your Tai Chi through all these things that are flying at you, okay? So as the punching and stuff comes in, that's where the push hands comes in. First, you get the touch, okay? If you just hold up a hand, first, once you get the touch, then wherever direction they're moving to is what you do, okay? So in this movement, though, as you punch, if this just comes up, then it just pulls on down. If he tries to push away, you just send him on that way. Whatever direction the person goes in, you just send them and continuously keep the person just going away any direction they desire, right? That's this move, right? Now here, okay, this is blocking a punch, stepping underneath your opponent, take the opponent to the ground, okay? Step forward with your right foot. Just by chance, the movement was made because they knew he would step forward with the right foot. It's not true, actually. You just have to work your way in until you find the person and dictate the movement to them, okay? If you kick the person in the shin on the left foot enough times, they'll put their right foot forward, trust me. Okay, but anyway, step forward with your right foot. So I do, if this person's here and I go here, now I'm not going to use enough strength. I'm only going to use 4 ounces. I never ever move the person. Everybody else uses strength to get them. His hand's here, I go here. Now I'm just going to move around to here, okay? This move to here. Now I'm including a walking movement in the move just a little bit, okay? If I go here, I don't want to move him. See, it's not a pushing, it's not pushing, okay? There's no strength. I go up here, I touch his skin, step through here. Now, at this point, I hold on to his hand at this point, and I'm just going to bring my body, I'm going to turn my body in this way, using my body instead of my arm to make the opponent go down over my leg as the leg breaks his horse. Here, the leg comes in here, just down this way. Oops, sorry.
It's all right.
Okay. Again, if I go here, step here, okay? Then as I go forward, my horse wrecks his movement, wrecks his stance, and then just lets it go. At this point, when the person's going down, you go, instead of catching the person, you look for a fire hydrant and guide the person into the fire hydrant, okay? You don't want them to just hit the ground. Look for a corner, look for the corner of a bench, the corner of a table. Here, send them, okay? Off they go, right?
That's a good move.
Oh, yeah, it is. Because they're not thinking that you're going to hit them that hard, see? They're thinking you're going to hit them with your fist, but you send them to the local rock instead.
Yeah.
See, let them go.
Very powerful.
If you think of, you got two guys, they're running. One guy catches a pass, and he's like running like mad, right? Blah, 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 blah. The other guy's running up behind him. He just touches him, barely touches the person, but the person's ego makes him so he does not want to fall down, see? So instead of falling right down, right where the person touched him and makes him go off balance, instead he runs 40 yards because he's trying to keep his balance, see, and not fall down. A slight touch sends somebody who's already moving really far, especially when aided by their own ego, okay? So you know what I'm talking about? So you just touch somebody and like if let's say you're a fullback, you're running along the line, the person just touches you. You don't want to fall down, you're trying to keep your balance, so instead it makes you run and run and run a long distance. So you move a long distance because you're trying to keep your balance.
Right.
Okay, now, this movement, basically the same move, all right? Just punch with the left hand. If I would, it's just stepping in here, keeping this located, breaking this, and going down, right? I'm not going to make them go down. As you go down, you just slam them over you, all right? No, don't.
There's this.
All right. Let's see. This move. Okay? The hand is under the person. You roll their shoulder to get their body to start bending over. As it bends over, you pull them towards you. If you turn your body this way, they can ram right into you and send you, okay? You have to pull them towards you and straight down, okay? Now, if I go like this, naturally he's going to try to pull back. So when you pull back, I'm just going to go to this movement and be here. He's already pulling back and just send him. Okay? When you do push hands, all you're doing is getting to where you could feel when the person's back or forward. Never, ever, ever have my students do push hands and push each other and pull each other during the push hands. All they're learning how to do is touch each other gently and softly without losing the contact. Let's do it from the other one. From here, when I go here, okay, he's going he's pulling back. I'm just bringing my hand under here and getting right on top of it, right? On any movement, you just step in and push. Okay? Come again, put a hand up. The other hand will be fine. Just here, push. Okay? In my Tai Chi, I've seen some Tai Chis where they go here with their hand up as if they're pushing to this. But I believe you put your hand on the person and then use your fingers over the top. See? So you push them this way. If you have a tree, if you come up to the tree and you push it from the bottom with a truck, the tree's not going to move that much. But if you take a rope and grab the tree by the top and pull it from the truck, you'll start the tree moving back and forth. This is called uprooting. Okay, so that's all this is. Even if he does nothing, okay, I just grab a hand and start uprooting him and make him go around till he's gone, okay? And when I can send him, that's when he goes. If the person pushes back, it doesn't matter. Push back, push forward, whatever direction he goes, you go with the person using your push hands till you get them and send them, all right? Now, this movement, let's see. Turn the arm over, pull him down. Now there's this movement. I basically did this, but I would rather show it like this now. As a punch comes forward, most punches kind of go to the face. You go to here, you go a little slower so I can slow down. You ride it from here along here, stay completely in contact. Don't you turn, because I'm just going to come around here then. From here, send them. All right. Is that your blood? Let's go.
I have a bandit on it.
That's all right. Let me just walk this one. Okay, so we're back. Hold up my right hand again. I'm back to this move. Here. When you go here and here, like this, really, you go here and here. Okay, so the palm comes up near the body structure. Now, if he happened to move this way and you go this way, you just give him the push. But if he's not moving, once your hand's there, then you go around to it and give him the push. Okay? So what you wanted, you have to develop extreme footwork in Tai Chi, and that's why you do the form work over and over and over again. You have to do it at least 3 times a day, 7 days a week for a long time before it starts to strengthen you. Really a lot, where you start really locking in the super concrete kind of strength. Alright, so also, when you go here and you push, then there's this separation here, a little rock forward step, and push. Now, I'm not pushing from here, I'm not pulling my hand back far. I'm leaving my hands on my opponent. I'm stepping up to my opponent where I can get more strength. Stepping through my opponent, I'm still on my opponent, then the push starts, okay? Excuse me. Here, if I hit here and it doesn't work, then I'm just going to go, I'm going here, getting in closer. I'm not putting any pressure on him so that I could just send him on his way, all right? And the place where you have to judge it is where you don't come back past 45 degrees, okay? At this point, I lose all the leverage and strength, okay? The iron skeleton isn't going to really work. You got to get it to here. So if I am moving in, even from here, if I am moving in, I don't want to move myself in. Like he started leaning towards me, so it started to collapse, okay? But all I just want to do is get to here and send it from there, all right?
Oh, no.
All right.
I'm enjoying it.
Let's see. Now this movement, I don't know if everybody got their translations of that. Hold out a hand. This movement is either here, okay, say over here again, or this one, same thing, or here is I move this foot up, move this foot over, and just pull him straight down here. Okay? Doesn't take any strength, all right? What you want to do is get in the flow of their moves by practicing push hands very softly. Just you and a friend. All you want to do is get to where you're touching their skin without moving around on their skin while you're moving. Just touch it, keep it together. Absolutely no weight. Just get to where you're feeling the person's movement and then apply that to getting in and then letting these kind of movements work for you, right? The other one, that was just pulling the person around. The other one is if the person punched, is hold up a punch, is just going like this, okay? You can, in Tai Chi, you still do things like this, or else move over here, or else do the punch again, or else just here and grab him by the neck, you know, and pull him on in, or else just whap on into him and stuff. If you hit your arms on concrete and stuff like that, or the sledgehammers like I do all the time, then you'll make it so that when you come in here, you won't feel anything. There's nothing on the human body that really like hurts you after a while. So you just slap right on in and through it. That's what this is, okay? If I go here, now a kick is coming. I catch the kick on this side of my arm, hold my arm up. Right now, in the form, it would look like that. But if I caught the kick, I'd put my hand on top of it. Then step in underneath the person, breaking their horse again. Your body touches them first. Then you bring your body in like this, never using your hand in the single whip at all. Put up act like you're kicking a little bit. You move just over a little forward. I don't know if he knows how to kick, but still, Okay, if I come in here, hold this here, see, this is the single whip. Okay, you get the idea? Okay, the single whip, right? Kick. Oh,
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to.
that's okay, just kick. Here, here, and down as you go, all right? You're not hurt, are you?
Oh, no.
All right, one more ditty to add to it. Whether it's a kick or whether it's a punch, doesn't matter, right? Put this punch up. Here's the single whip. I would just bring it across the top, like this. In here, down. I'm holding him up. Okay? If you hit your body against a tree all the time and stuff, as soon as you do this part, the person will go, all right? At that time, you just turn your body over them. And then, if you want to, you can do like a hit and all that kind of stuff, all right?
So you send their momentum, you get them, hit their momentum, and then send them back even more.
You don't, I personally don't apply the body slam as if I'm hitting the body, okay? I'm using as much of the Tai Chi part as possible, so I want to make my contact with them as soft as possible, all right? But still combining softness and body hardening is a really good combination, right? So let's get back over here a second. So if you hold up a punch, and I just come in, see, the person's going to go back anyway.
Right.
I didn't even like apply anything, all right?
You just came in.
Right, I just come in, all right? In the same way, if you held up a punch, it's just here, see, and then continue in. See, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just block it all down and come on in. That's from Xing Yi, actually. But both of them are the brother and sister arts, okay? Okay. All right. This is just, grab the person's hand and pull it down. It's called playing the guitar, or else grasping the sparrow by the tail. You hold the sparrow by the chest, blah, blah, blah. If you're holding, let me use your other arm, the non-bloody arm. If you're holding the sparrow by the chest, you hold his elbow so that it will break easily this way. As you push down this way and raise up this way, all right? Playing the guitar, you're doing it this way so that you break it in this direction, all right? So as a person punches at you, you can easily, or still hold out your hand, just go ahead and do it, all right?
Slap it.
Yeah, in praying mantis, hold up a hand, they would do it like this and pull in both directions, okay?
And snap it.
Yeah.
And really snap it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and see, now, if, let's say you're a construction worker and I'm an accountant, okay? But I know this kind of kung fu where you really go to snap it, and you don't know any kung fu, but I go to snap it, but when I'm working in the office all day, my arms are weak. And I go to snap your arm instead of hurt my arms by doing it, see? And that's why you have to do body hardening. You have to do bone hardening on all these kind of bones and things, so that when you go to hit somebody, the fighter has to build their bones hard. That's all there is to it.
Harder than what their opponents are to be able to withstand it.
Right, right. Well, if you hit yourself like on steel and stuff, see, then a lot of times most people aren't actually able to stand a punch that's developed by hitting steel, see. You densify out your fist to such a point that it's harder than human bones, see.
Wow.
Now, there's a big science to that, but I explain that on my body hardening tape. Yeah, I do. Okay. Anyway, this is just grab here, hit here. Hold a punch up. The other side's for this, I guess. Here, as I pull this guy down, if I pull him into me, then I'm hitting him here. See, just with my body is just going to fall into him, and making sure I'm blocking and everything. Oops. Making sure I'm blocking and everything right here, all right? In Hung Gar Kung Fu, it's this kind of movement, so close to the same thing. Oh, that would be more like that now. All right. This is just blocking high and low. Remember, Tai Chi has to be able to fight any kind of Kung Fu, not just, you don't just stand there and push hands. It's just, you must be able to do it. So if a person was kicking and punching, you're still doing this movement, right? Let's see. Here, the famous brush knee. Now, some people say that a brush knee is like this, okay, hitting into the person like this, right? But, you're going to step over here more. It's actually, the punch comes in, you go on aside the punch, here, you don't have to bend over anything. Then you put your hand on them and send them back, right, upward. Right? Here, punch. Right? And if you want, you can go ahead and stick your fingers on in them while you're doing it. I prefer just softly touching the person and make them go away from there. Right? It's the same thing. Here, that's the left one. This movement, kick. This is here. I'm just blocking here. Bring it in a more violent way. You bring it on over here, so you would be holding it, and come in this way, right? Okay. If I just am blocking the kick, I'm just blocking the kick and coming in here. At the same time as I block, now you go ahead and punch me. So I'm just coming in here to this, all right?
So be ready for anything.
Well,
Oh,
that you have to do anyway. In all systems, you have to do that.
Right.
Or else you lose. All right. Here, then once again, once I've worked my way in, I'm just coming to this. No matter what he does, if you have a punch, I'm just coming to this and bringing it here and just send him away there, or else if he does nothing, I don't care. It's just come in, all right? This is Tai Chi, excuse me.
That's right. Do that as usual.
In Tai Chi, let's see, put your hands back down to your sides. They say Tai Chi is self-defense, but Tai Chi is Kung Fu, okay? You just come to the person, grab them, do anything that goes in with it, all right? Any direction the person flows to is Tai Chi, all right? Without you getting really entangled with them, but still being able to make them go really far, right? Here, at the end of all these, they do this move. This is the part I'm talking about. Okay? This. Whenever you have your hands together like this in any Kung Fu, okay, this is grappling, all right? Put up a hand. If I go here, immediately your hands come apart and take the person down, all right? It doesn't matter if it's a kick. If the person comes to here, don't. You still are moving on the move, all right? Put up a punch. Here, I went from here. But if I went to here, it would still turn into a grapple, all right? Whatever direction, whenever the two hands are together, that means you're grappling on the person's wrist and moving them around, right? If do this kind of a move, if it's like this, pat on my sleeve, that's pretty good, huh? It's like this instead of like this, okay? If it's here, I still grab this hand, step around, as I pull down and step around, just apply a little bit of pressure to the person's shoulder and get them to walk around with you. On all these things, okay, if you don't develop the ability to push hands, these things won't work as Tai Chi. They'll work as grappling and stuff like that. I mean, anybody could practice a technique and say, I'm going to pull this person's arm. If I'm sparring with this person, I can grab his arm. If I just practice this technique and pull this person's arm, step in here, and then unwind, it'll work. But that doesn't mean it will be like Tai Chi per se. You're using too much strength. You're not using the lightness of the movement. Okay? Here. This move, as you're dropping down, just slapping away whatever's coming in, block, uproot, or you could slam if that's what you want, all right? Again, from here, punch. This is just, punch a little lower for now. This is just slapping everything down, and then just going here. Okay? This is here, here, here. Okay? It'll work. Just hit the steel, You hit the wood, you know, go out to a big fence with big wood on it and stand there and hit it, you know, and you develop it so you just softly put your hand on the person and it'll work, right? Let's see. That right there is obvious. Punch is just here, poke, right? You can find out how to poke on my iron palm video, but all you have to do is lean against the wall and have your two fingers sticking against the wall till for about 10 or 15 years, and then you can poke people really good. Okay, let's see. This is just turning to block and punch. Okay, if I had poked him and he does anything, then basically it's just turning and blocking and punching. Okay. Everybody knows this move pretty much probably. Hold my hand, hold my arm. If I'm trying to get away, come with me and just here, okay? You separate the person right there, right? By turning your hand, grab it. By turning your hand upside down when you come in here, when you naturally do it in a form, it makes it so that you do it when the person grabs your hand. When you grab your hand, by turning it upside down, you naturally do the grip breaking thing, all right? That's that. From here, as you're pulsing the monkey, somebody's coming up from this side, okay? You punch. I'm just going here, blocking whatever else is there. And so, okay, a hand has come. Great. A hand has come. I'm going to go ahead and pull him this way and go this way, okay? All right? It's the power of the body. Here. Everybody I see says you do this. Okay? Okay?
So it's the
Totally
shoulder.
different.
It's the shoulder.
It's the body.
It's pretty much this body going to that back wing.
Yeah, you remove their backbone. You put your backbone where their backbone is, and what happens?
They're
Okay?
over here.
Now, there's people who are bigger than you, okay?
Right.
There's all kinds of those people. But there's these techniques on my iron body video about how to use a tree to build up your body. And you just tap your body on this tree in certain ways, tap different parts of your body over and over again, and it makes it so that you can tap against other people, and it's unhuman. You know, it's all there is, you know. You just kind of like build up these, it's building up the ancient, primitive things that the Chinese farmers used to do, basically. See? I learned this from a 72-year-old Yu Hualong, these body hardening things, and I applied them to Tai Chi, but I already had them in Tai Chi anyway. I just added the tree hardening to it too, okay? If a person punch from this side, it's the same thing, okay? Right here, I don't want to step right in and blast his groin out, all right? But it's the same thing. Here he puts up his other punch. If I go to here and he puts up his other punch, it's the same thing. Okay? You got it?
Yeah.
See, it doesn't matter, all right? Now, of course, there's the iron skull technique, okay? Which is on my videotape. Of just standing there like this. Okay? So you make your skull very hard. Mr. Yu taught this to me. So before, do that move again. When I went here, before I went here, but in reality I would have just gone skull right into the soft part of the face and see if it'll work, or else skull right into the chest cavity and see if leaning my skull for 20 years against the wall will work against his chest. See, and you just add these things to it, right? Now, that's not necessarily Tai Chi, right? This is the Tai Chi part. The hand comes up, and you're coming into it. Here, he's moving off, all right? From that point, whatever direction you want him to go, you just go ahead and go in those directions too, all right? You have to keep control of yourself and not get tangled up in the other person at the same time that you're tangling up in the other person, all right? If I go here, again, for this movement, since you were doing the other side, I was thinking of more things. If I do go here, and you put that hand up, then again, this just comes to here, to there, okay? It's just tangle everything up and give him the push, right? and act like they're really good. So you have to push only to this far. If you have to push farther than that, you do this movement and bring the middle of your body closer so that you can push.
Bottom step.
Well, for you, yeah, his part of the Tai Chi, it's in the Tai Chi form, okay? It's when you go here.
And you take that extra step.
Closing this gap here. I'll show you the form later if you want. Okay. That's this, all right? One more movement. This is, okay? Hold up your left hand time to time. This is here. Grab your arm around their neck and pull down. Okay? You all right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So, the person's coming at you. You're finding the way that you could be light. Just do like a few moves. You're finding the way that you could be, go ahead and do more, that you can be light on the person. Okay? Here. And then they go. All right? From here, he's coming back, so you send him this way. All right? If I go, now to get to that other move, all right, do it again. Here, here, here. From here, I transfer the hand over to this hand, then I come in this way. Okay? You
That's
see?
nice.
So,
You grabbed it and then.
transfer it over, okay? Do this again. I'm going to try to make it clear to them, okay? From here, when I grab this hand, here, now I have this hand, all right?
You grapple. You
Around here.
cross your
But I'm
hands.
doing it around the side now and grabbing the esophagus. That's not what I mean to do, okay?
Was that like
When I'm
grapple
pulling
there?
here, wait a second. I'm making this move, what this move means, okay? When I'm going here, after I move this hand over, change hands, I go back in here, make sure you hammer. Just hammer right into there. At the same time, turn your hand around, turn your joint around, make them go back, reach around and grab their head like this, back over your leg. I can't quite get myself to do it to Travis, but, okay? Back over your leg, all right? If you do it harder, you just grip. And it usually works pretty good. You hold their head here and their hand here, and you have like a chin Tai Chi move suddenly, okay? That's from chin, actually, but it's also in Yang Tai Chi. Okay, again, you're doing these.